Hey everyone, it's Matt K, and I'm back again with another episode of Q&A with Matt K, where I answer a question posted by someone like you on one of the boards online. It could be Trailhead, it could be Stack Overflow, Reddit, it could be a question that you send directly to us. So welcome. I'm going to be answering this question without any preparation. So I've read the question to make sure it's a good fit, but that's it. And then I quickly open up this recording tool. We're trying out a new one today, trying out a couple different new ones this month. But I quickly open it up and start sharing my screen, and you get to watch me as I answer it in real time. No editing, no preparation. I will make mistakes. You get to see me suffer. Hopefully, I'll be able to answer this question. I think I will. If you're a longtime viewer, don't forget to subscribe. Really appreciate it. If you're new, please subscribe also. The more people that subscribe, the more time I can allocate to answering questions for folks like you. So let's go ahead and hop in. I found this question that was posted. There we go. Just a little while ago. And the person asked on Trailhead, how would I take the email in a text field on one object, find the email value on a person account, then find that record ID of the person account and populate it into a lookup field, all using a flow. So longtime viewers know that I'm getting better at flow. I'm not the best, despite having worked on the Salesforce platform for 2 decades now. Flow isn't always around, so sometimes I go to code because it's what I feel comfortable with. But I'm getting better at flow, and I try to answer questions that are flow related. I think I can do this one. It seems like it should be doable. I know I can do it with code, but I think I can do it with flow. So let's try it out. Join with me as I possibly embarrass myself, but hopefully not. Now, I don't have person accounts in this org turned on, and I don't think I'm going to. So we're going to go through the motions. It'll be similar. It'll be very similar to what the actual requirements are, and I'll try to talk about where the changes would need to be made. But if I understand correctly, we're going to need 2 objects, right? Now, I think that there's already an email field on cases that we could use for this. So here's an email field right here. Let's go ahead and put test@test.com in there. And this is the email field that's built in to say, oh, wow, okay. Cancel out of that one. Let's see if we can find another case. I think these were cases I created for a different video. And apparently the owner field is not on the screen. Like I said, these are unedited. Oh, there it is. It's right there. All right. Okay, let's just use this email address. Okay, we're going to use this email address. The contact field right here is empty. It is a lookup, right? So this is perfect. So what we're saying is we want to flow that when this record is saved, look for the contact that has this email address and populate this field. That's basically what is being asked here, right? Take the email address from a text field, got the text field, find the email in the person account. We're finding it in a contact, but it's close enough. Get the ID of that record and then populate it. We have a lookup field to populate it in. So let's do this. I'm going to go to setup. I'm going to go to flows, and we're going to create a new flow. Now there's different types of flows. This one needs to be a record trigger flow because it's going to be when the record is saved. We're going to go ahead and take some action. And that's what this one here does. Auto launches in the background. Let's hit create new, and it's going to be on the case object, and it's going to say every time it's created or updated and the conditions that we want to do. Now, the reason I'm doing created or updated is because I want to be able to test without having to create a new record every single time. For the actual business use case, maybe it's created. I don't know. But created and updated is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to say that the contact ID has to be empty. That's the first thing I want because there's no point in running if it's already filled in. And the email, which is called email address, I believe, is not empty. Is null is true. Okay. Nope, is not empty, I said. Is null is false. Okay. I think that's the right email address. It's got to be, right? Yeah. Okay, and every time a record is updated and meets the condition requirement, sure. Only when a record is updated to meet the condition. No, that's fine. And this is going to be a fast field update. And the reason it's a fast field update is because we're updating the record itself, the case itself, and not other records. So we can do this as a fast field update. And it can run synchronously. It doesn't need to run asynchronously. I think that's good setup for the case. Let's move this to the middle, and we need to now get record. So we need to get a record. So we're going to say query contacts by email, and we're looking for contact. In this case, it would be person account for the person who asked the question. That's what they would do. They would choose person account, and I'm going to choose where the email is equal to. Nope, not that one. It's the supplied record. It's the trigger record. What is the name of that variable? Record. Here we go. And it's going to be email. There it is, supplied email. That's the one I was looking for. Supplied email. And yes, that is email address. So the API name, the field name is supplied email, and the label is email address. That's perfect. Where this is equal to that, we're going to just get the first one. We don't need more than one. And sure, automatically store all fields. Honestly, it doesn't even matter because we only need the ID. Sort order doesn't matter either. Great. And now we're going to update the triggering record. Oh, this is an easy one. This is going to be a fast video. I'm not embarrassed at all this time. Let's update case, or let's populate contact on case, right? I hate to be overly confident, but I think I'm doing it. Contact ID is equal to the ID of the record that we queried. Let's see, where is it? ID, there we go. Now, I just thought of something, though. What if we didn't get any records? Should I have an if statement? I don't know if I need to be honest. I actually don't know. I'm going to hit save, and we're going to say this. Populate contact, or actually case, populate contact from email. This is a great flow. I really like the idea of this. I want to test it out. I'm going to do it the right way, which reminds me, safe harbor notice. I did not say it earlier. I should have. I was so excited to actually get a question that I could answer. Safe harbor notice. Never make changes directly in production. Always make them in a safe environment, like a Trailhead Playground, a sandbox, or a developer edition. So I'm in a safe environment right now. This is not a production environment. No end users will be harmed in the making of this video. Okay, so we're going to populate contact on case. We're going to look up contacts. I'm just putting a little note here by supplied email and populate contact ID. Okay. I want to test it. I rarely test things out, but I really want to test it on this one. So let's get the case number here. It's 1028, and let's do a debug. And we are going to say that it was just created, sure. And this is the case we're going to use. How the interview started. Okay, that looks good. Don't know. All conditions must. The triggering record did not meet the conditions. Well, that didn't work. Okay, so obviously I made a mistake somewhere. Let's try to figure out why it didn't meet the. I swear I was too confident. Ah, okay, phew. Email address equals. Well, how did that happen? All right, let's hit save and debug again. I might watch this video and see if I didn't fill it in the first time. Okay. So here now we did meet the conditions, right? Great. You can see it did a query and successfully found records, and then it did an update. Awesome. And then it rolls back because we're in debug mode. Okay, now I do want to try this out, though, with another case because I really don't know, to be honest, what would happen if the case email was something like that, right? Owner ID cannot be blank. Where is the owner ID? Cancel. Let's change that to me first. Oh, it's one of those errors. Okay, we're going to delete this case because I am not in the mood to investigate what's wrong with it. And let's go to this case instead. This is the case we were on, so we're going to go to this one here maybe. This is a different case. Yep, perfect. Okay, and like I said, I want to know what happens if the email address is definitely not a contact that we have. Oh, okay. Let's see if we can figure out. Well, that's interesting. That is interesting. Okay, it's saying owner ID cannot be. Oh, okay, never mind. Don't know what was going on there. Unless, nope, getting it again. What does that mean? I wonder if I have something set up from a previous video. Here it is, update case account. There it is. Okay, yeah. So we have a flow that's active from a previous video. We're just going to deactivate that. Like I said, unedited. That's what I get for being overly confident. We're going to try this one more time. Okay, and let's get the case number 36 and test out our flow with this one. Now, I don't know what's going to happen, to be honest. I might need to put an if statement there. We'll see. Well, it didn't seem to give an error. See, failed to find records. I think it's okay. I don't think we need an if. It's not great that we're doing an update there, but it doesn't seem to do any harm. All right, so now that's active. Let's jump back to that first case, which was, I believe, this one here, 1028. And we can see that the contact name is not filled in. We can see that the web email is filled in. What I'm going to do is actually hit save there. Let's open up a contact and make sure that we have, there we do, we have a contact right there, John Doe. Perfect. So now I'm going to fill in. And look at that, I got filled in, John Doe. Awesome. Let's do another test. We're going to take the email address for Norm May. And let me see if I can get there. We're going to update this case so the contact is empty and the email address is blank, and then we'll do it again. Okay, contact is empty, email address is filled in. We're going to do this, hit save, and it did it. It does really fast too, right? This is great. Good flow. Let's look at it one more time just to see what we're doing here. So first, we are doing a record triggered flow. And we're saying anytime that the contact field is empty and that email address text field is not empty, we want it to run. Technically, we could also say, well, if the email address is changed, we might want it to run also, right? And so we might want to do some type of logic there, depending on the situation. I don't know what the business rules are. And we're doing a fast field update, which means that we're running right away. We're not doing this after the save, but in line with the save. And what is it that we're doing? We're querying records. In this case, it's contacts, but it could be person accounts for the person who asked the question. We're saying where the email address field on that record is equal to the email address field that was provided in the record that was being saved. In this case, it's a case. So the contact email is equal to the case email. We just give them the one record. And then we do an update of the triggering record. And we're just setting that lookup field to the ID of the record that we found right here. Super easy. I did that quickly. I hope you enjoyed watching me do this. Again, please remember to like and subscribe. And if you, oh, look at that, I'm in the way. Let's see if I can fix that. Here we go. Please remember to like and subscribe. And if you have any questions, feel free to send it my way. You can also log comments on the video. And I hope to see you again soon. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.